Alright guys, here we go for node 10, the final node of this event. And it's a pretty big doozy, but we're set up for it, so we should be okay. The game plan is to reset until Spider-Man is targeted and dodges the Proxima Special, similar to node 5. Then we're going to chain off Colossus, landing vulnerable on Ebony Maw via the Raider ISO. We're going to then try and drop Ebony Maw to yellow before Dr. Voodoo's turn. We're going to peel all the death proofs off of Ebony Maw, either with the assist from Proxima and Magic, or from the ISO Skirmisher on Voodoo. Elsa will then massacre the center pack, and then we're going to clear enough into the second wave that our Web Warrior leftovers can clean up what's left. Let's get into it. So it's not ideal, but Dr. Voodoo, and only Dr. Voodoo, can get hit by the Proxima Special. If he has offense down, it's not going to be the end of the world, but all our damage dealers need to stay strong. Now, what you just saw there was not ideal. I'm going to pause it here. The chain went from Colossus to Cyclops to Ebony Maw, then back to Proxima. That's not great. You kind of want it to go on the other side and hit the Storm and the Magic as well. It's going to work out for me here, but if you have a weaker team, you might need to try and min-max it that way. Now let's see what this ISO setup is going to do for us. What I'm going to say off the bat while we watch this happen is that there's a few options. My preferred options, and positioning while we're here, is to have Morbius as a Raider, Ghost Rider as a Raider, Spider-Man as a Raider, Voodoo has to be a Skirmisher, and Elsa as a Striker. Now what I do have is I have Raider on everybody except for Voodoo. I just don't want to use the blue ISOs on Elsa because I don't need the Morgan Le Fay shard, so I'm not trying to be super competitive here. But what you'll see happen is we're going to knock the Ebony Maw to yellow, and very importantly, we did not knock any X-Men to yellow, because if we did that, Colossus would taunt, and then we would be stuck on him. We wouldn't be able to kill the Ebony Maw. So there's an off chance we're going to have to, say, not target near Cyclops. That's going to be if you have a really big Ghost Rider or a really big Morbius, like I do. I have a gear tier 16 Ghost Rider, 6 Red Star. He almost knocked that Cyclops into the yellow as is. If he was a Striker, he definitely would have. So you might have to reset until you get the proper targeted damage. But once you get it to this point, the Mind Control comes in. There goes all those death proofs. Now Elsa's going to come and just massacre the center pack. Just like that. So we took out the Ebony and the Cyclops, who we needed to take out before they put slows up. Now we still have one more target who can do slows on us. That is, of course, Storm with that special. So we definitely want to get her dead by the time she takes her second turn. Which is not very difficult to do because Ebony is going to come in very soon with his AoE ultimate that does percentile damage. It'll chew right through that barrier. And there you go. So now we're kind of eyeing about what we can do to set up for the cleanup attack. We needed to get through Colossus because if we're leaving any X-Men up, we don't want to have to chew through him with Web Warriors. It's just a bad idea. After that, I'm kind of looking at the targets that are problematic on spawn. So Magic's a problem because what she does is unavoidable ultimate that can really hurt a Web Warrior. So I want to get rid of that. Next, I cannot let Phoenix survive. Having the Phoenix not turn dark in this means that she will come back in the next node, obviously. And when she does go dark, that's more AoE that you're forcing yourself to try and get the RNG to dodge. So Phoenix definitely has to die before you settle down. And unfortunately, I did have to settle for leaving Magic up and Psylocke. The reason you target Psylocke over Corvus here, but not in the next attack, is because Psylocke spawns in with counterattack and dodge, which is annoying. So if we can avoid that by taking her out, that would have been beneficial. But what we did was okay. We left 4 mobs up. If I didn't have this many Web Warriors this healthy, I probably would have kept resetting until I had 3 or less. One thing to keep in mind though, when you're doing this attack, is it's going to be ugly. You're going to be hunting for dodges. I actually get very little dodges here, but because I had 4 full Web Warriors, it was okay. Just keep in mind that Ghost Spider basic always puts a dodge on her. So when you do that, you basically give yourself 1 get out of jail free card, so long as it's not the Magic Ultimate or the Corvus basic. The Psylocke ability, I believe it's her ultimate. It cannot miss, but cannot miss does not mean unavoidable, so it can be dodged. Same with, I believe, the Thanos Ultimate as well, or maybe the Thanos Special. They can be dodged. It's the Magic Ultimate and the Corvus base you gotta worry about. saying, yeah, just be mindful of those abilities, especially the Phoenix. That's why we really did want Phoenix. The AoE from her passive popping damage is bad. The special is bad, though those two things can be dodged. Your entire team having to dodge those abilities that hit really hard, you're really slimming out your chances. And then the ultimate is unavoidable, so if she gets to use her ultimate, you lose. But as you see here, we got through the targets with unavoidable attacks, and it wasn't pretty, but we got very little dodges here, and this was actually a very clean run as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, guys, that is the 10th and final note. I hope this guide helped you. I know this last video came out a little late, so I apologize for that. Alright guys, so yes, that is the last note. I hope this all helped you. I hope you get nice, good yellow stars on your Morgan Le Fay that you were hunting for, and that you're having fun with the game. So this is going to be it for a little bit. I hope you are happy, healthy, having fun. Like, share, and subscribe to this video if you are so inclined, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.